Hey, it's Thomas Mulready from CoolCleveland.com, and we're at the corner of 66th and Hough, and we're here with Mansfield Frazier, writer, urban pioneer, and the impresario of the Vineyards at Chateau Hough, which we're in front of here.
I'm very proud of the Vineyards. It's been it's our third year, and it's coming along real nice. We're going to get a lot of grapes this year. We're going to make wine at the end of the year. In fact, we're going to have a small wine tasting from the little bit of grapes we saved from last year.
So it takes a couple of years to get to this point, and you may actually have a vintage this year, huh?
Yeah, I think so. We're going to have a bumper crop this year, it looks like, especially on our white grapes. The red grapes got a little frostbitten, so some of them might not come in, but the white grapes are doing real well.
Talk about this building behind you here, because you just got started on a project you and I have talked about before.
Yes.
This is awesome, your BioCellar.
Yeah, the BioCellar, we've been working on it for a couple of years now. The year after we built the vineyard, Gene Loria, the biologist, and Terry Schwartz at Cleveland Urban Design Collaborative came to see the vineyard. They loved the BioCellar. They loved the building and introduced me to the BioCellar idea, and we've been trying to get funding. We just got funding in place. We have this angel who donated $25,000, and our councilman is going to kick in some money, and other city councilmen from block grant funds. So we have enough to get the project done now.
So talk about this. You're going to do basically a prototype of this and show a proof of concept, if you will, and show that it can be done, right?
Exactly.
But the idea being that you take houses like this that are really abandoned. It looks beautiful from back here, but you get up close to it, it's a mess.
It's nothing but a shell. And unfortunately, there's 9,000 homes in Cleveland waiting to be torn down, another 6,000 that want to get in line. So you got 15,000 homes in Cleveland that are beyond repair.
Right.
If a house, I'd rather repair them, but some of them are just shells. Right. So rather than just tearing them down, we want to figure out a way to take and make something green out of it. We can grow crops in it, create jobs, and reuse land. So we call that a triple net bottom line.
Right. So you'd basically remove the structure itself, but leave the basement. We have basements in this part of the world,
right,
and they're a nice foundation, and they may need to be reinforced a little bit, but then you put basically a greenhouse on top of that?
Well, yeah, the theory is, it's not theory, it's a fact, nothing freezes. The frost line in Northeast Ohio is 4 feet. Anything that's deeper than 4 feet won't freeze. So the temperature will stay around 55 degrees all year round. You put a glass envelope over the top. It's similar to a greenhouse, but the biologist Gene don't like to call it a greenhouse. But it's basically a greenhouse that's over a basement, and you've created, it's like a cloche, and you've created this BioCellar effect where you can grow all types of crops down there.
So now the question becomes, what kind of crops can you grow? Because they talk about medicines and herbs, they talk about methane and energy, but you've got a better idea, I think, don't you?
Well, we got mushrooms. That's going to be our first crop. We'll shade some of it. We can give light and shade because mushrooms are $12 a pound.
You're looking for the most per acre or per square foot here, right?
This is about wealth building. This is about job creation. This is about giving people paychecks. How do you use inner city land and create jobs?
Talk about what you're doing, because you're doing the same thing here in the Vineyards, right? You're bringing folks from the halfway houses that are unemployed here and giving them some work.
That's who built the vineyard, and they tend it. And we hired our first guy. He worked for us. He volunteered while he was in the halfway house. Now he works for us. He's our first part-time employee. And guys from the halfway house built the vineyard. Formerly incarcerated people like myself.
So this is going to be your first one here. What's the potential for these BioCellars? Do you see them popping up all around Cleveland?
Oh, I think they're going to pop up in a lot of cold climes. Once it's proven that it'll work, and one councilman asked me, will it work? For it to work, one thing has to happen. The sun has to keep coming up every morning. As long as the sun comes up, it's going to work. Once we get one done, then I think we're going to build a lot of them.
And you've done studies using this climate here in Cleveland where they show that you get enough, and in fact, it extends your growing season, does it not?
Year round. I haven't done the studies, but scientists have done the studies. Gene Loria and the people from Kent State Urban Design, the Cleveland Urban Design Collaborative, they've done exhaustive studies. Yes, it works. Guaranteed to work.
I've seen the PDF. It is very impressive. You're on your way with your next project, Mansfield. Of course, also writing every week for CoolCleveland.com. Thank you so much for that.
Before you stop, back behind us, if we turn that way, the building behind us, that's going to be the world's first underground winery. We're going to tear that structure down, cover it over with the plexiglass top that you could drive a truck over, and we're going to store our wine in the shaded part and make wine underground.
That's your next project.
That's the next project.
That was my question.
Yes.
Well, you got a great thing going here at the corner of 66th and Huff. We invite anybody to come by and pitch in and help when the time is right to do that.
Get your hands dirty. Get your hands dirty.
Thanks for talking with us, man.
And you'll be part of history. This is going in the history books. The world's first BioCellar. You'll go down in the history books by working with us. Thanks, Thomas. Thanks for coming.
Thanks, Mansfield.
All right.
Hey, it's Thomas Mulready from CoolCleveland.com. Have a great week in cool Cleveland.